Of the 76 NBA Finals series, just 9 of them ended in a 4-0 sweep, so here is one fact about every Finals sweep. The first sweep in NBA history was the 1959 Celtics over the Lakers. This is one of 2 NBA Finals in which one of the opponents had a losing record. That's not surprising, of course this was going to be a sweep, but keep in mind the NBA just had 8 teams during this era. For context, the other losing team in the Finals was the 1981 Rockets, making it to the finals with a record of 40-42. The second sweep was the 1971 Bucks over the Bullets. The Bullets got swept in this series because they were absolutely gassed by the time they even got there, as every series beforehand went to 7 games for them. The Bucks, on the other hand, had a complete opposite journey. Thanks to the super duo of Kareem and the Big O, they finished all their opponents in 5 games before sweeping the Bullets in 4 in the finals. The third sweep was the 1975 Warriors over the Bullets. This is the closest sweep in NBA history. The Warriors won with a point differential of just 4 points on average for the whole series. They won Game 1 by 6 points, Game 2 by 1 point, Game 3 by 8 points, and Game 4 by 1 point. This series could have easily been a sweep or maybe a gentleman's sweep in the Bullets' favor. Don't let the 4-0 final record fool you about both teams and how competitive the series was. The fourth sweep was the 1983 76ers over the Showtime Lakers. This was the first revenge sweep in NBA history. The 76ers lost to the Lakers during the 1980 finals, they lost to them again in the 1982 NBA finals, and then they finally got their revenge during this 1983 finals. Moses Malone was the biggest X factor for the 76ers, as they finally had a guy who can contain Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The fifth sweep was the 1989 Pistons over the Showtime Lakers. Speaking of revenge sweeps, this was the second revenge sweep in NBA history. Just one season prior, the Pistons lost to the Lakers in a tough 7 games. As for this sweep, one could blame that on Lakers' injury, as Byron Scott did not play at all and Magic Johnson got hurt in Game 2. The sixth sweep was the 1995 Rockets over Shaq and the Magic. Not only is this the 6th sweep in NBA history, it was done by the 6th-seeded Rockets team sweeping the 1st-seeded Magic. This is the first time a 6th-seeded team swept the number 1 seed in the NBA Finals, because this is also the first time a 6th-seeded team won the NBA title at all. The 7th sweep was the 2002 Lakers over the Nets. This sweep marks the last/latest of many things. It's the last/latest three-peat in NBA history, the last ring of the Kobe-Shaq duo, the last series to be broadcasted with NBC with the iconic NBA on NBC theme, the last/latest time a coach claimed top spot with the most coaching rings, as Phil Jackson surpassed Red Auerbach for the most coaching rings of all time. The 8th sweep was the 2007 Spurs over the Cavaliers. Despite many people mocking that 07 Cavs roster, this is the second closest final sweep in NBA history, with a point differential of an average of just 6 points across the series. Those final 2 games were especially close. Game 3 was won by just 3 points, and Game 4 was won by just 1 point. If the ball fell the right way in the Cavs' favor towards the end, this could have easily been a close competitive series, going far more than just the first 4 games. Do not let that 4-0 finals record fool you about this series. And last but maybe least, some deja vu. The Cavs got swept again, but this time it was the 2018 Warriors, though the story is similar. LeBron dragged a team that had no business being in the finals, and well, here's the same outcome in a way. Because actually, statistically speaking, you could argue the opposite. This was the widest point differential of any final sweep ever, as it has a 15-point average in the Warriors' favor. The Dubs won Game 1 by 10 points in overtime, they won Game 2 by 19 points, Game 3 by 8 points, and Game 4 by an astonishing 23 points. It was LeBron and the Cleveland Clowns versus the Western Conference All-Stars. Of course it was going to end in a sweep. In fact, you could probably argue that this 2018 roster is worse than the 2007 roster. Aside for LeBron being far more mature and experienced, if you compare the role players, the 07 Cavs team had a gritty, veteran defensive team that knows how to guard. This 2018 Cavs roster was hastily slopped together by the 2018 trade deadline, and they barely had time to mesh as a unit. But you let me know in the comments down below which Cavaliers swept team was the stronger team and which sweep do you think was the easiest. Don't forget to dunk on that like button and subscribe with notifications turned on. I'm Rebound Rewind and I'll fast forward to you later.